What is going on, guys? Happy Thanksgiving. We're getting to the holidays now. Today, we're going to go over what is the most underrated player on every single NFL team this year. I previously did the most overrated player last week. Go check that video out. I will link it like right here or something right here. Yeah, something over there. You'll see it on this video somewhere. Or you can just go find it on my channel and watch other videos. Let's get right into this one. Alright, so we will start here with our most underrated player on every team. We're going to go through the divisions. So starting with the AFC East, the Bills. I'm going to go with Dion Dawkins. That man is a great left tackle, been doing a lot of good things. Really just glorified. I don't know what the right word I was trying to get there was. But, yeah, just a really solid player who is very good at what he does. Doesn't get a whole lot of credit, though, mainly because the rest of that O-line stinks. After that, the Dolphins. I'm going to go with safety Javon Holland. He's one of the better safeties in the league and does not get praised for it. Probably top 5 safeties, I'm going to venture to say. Maybe that's a little bit, much, but probably close. Next, the Patriots. They're underrated, probably no one. There's no one who's rated much at all or, done a whole lot to be underrated. But I'm going to go with Demario Douglas. He was a rookie that came out of Liberty. Talked about him a little bit in my pre-draft stuff and post-draft stuff and his rankings and all that, but done a lot for them in the few weeks that he's gotten the chance to. Had some good plays made and whatnot, so that's pretty good. The Jets, I'm going to say Quincy Williams. He did win the AFC Player of the Month for the first month of the season, so yeah, maybe not too crazy, but he's been really good this year, and I still don't think he gets a whole lot of stuff for that. You could also throw in C.J. Mosley, because Mosley has been a great player for them for a long time, but never really gets the credit for it. Either way, moving on. The Ravens in the AFC North. Geno Stone, I don't really have to say much about this one. I mean, is he underrated? I don't know, because he's been really, really good. He's just been really good, and he's not an elite player, but he's done a whole lot this season. Cincinnati. Andre Yoshivas, or however you say his name. I think that's right. The receiver they drafted out of Princeton. He has been so good for them this season. And just, a good player overall. He's a good little receiver. Joe Burrow knows how to hit him, even though Joe Burrow's now gone. Cleveland, this one's tough. There's not really a whole lot of underrated here either, I don't think. You could argue Jerome Ford, because, nobody thought he was going to do anything. I'm going to honestly go with probably Amari Cooper. I don't feel like he gets enough credit for being as good of a wide receiver as he is. Though he is a great player, he's still underrated. He's one of the better receivers in the league. He's probably in that back-end top 10 range, 5 to 10, closer to 10 probably, but nonetheless top 10. That's just kind of going off the top of my head, but it is what it is. The Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC North. This is a two-player tandem, because I don't know who to say. Deontay Johnson is one, the most open receiver in the NFL. Been extremely good this year when he's gotten the chance and actually had the ball thrown at him. He had one drop last week, but I'm not really concerned about it. People think George Pickens is better than him. He's just simply not. And Joey Porter Jr., he's just been amazing this year. He's been a great rookie. Been the best corner they've had on this team, and that considers, Levi Wallace, Patrick Peterson, all that. He's been really good. Moving on, Houston. I'm going with Tank Dell. That man came out of the draft looking small and whatever. He plays big. He's not an issue. I think he's going to be a very good receiver for quite a long time for C.J. Stroud. After that, the Colts. Bernard Ryman. He has been very, very good this year. One of the best tackles in the league this year overall. Got to give him his flowers. Been real good for them. Jacksonville. Darius Williams, the corner, he's been good for a long time, but just never been really ranked up there amongst the great players. Is he great? Probably not. Is he good? He's very good. Yeah, very good. Then, after that, we go with, where was I at? The Titans. Where are they? There they are. Tyjae Spears. He came out of the draft from Tulane looking like a very good running back, and I liked him in the draft process. And I think he's already started taking over a lot for Derrick Henry, and he looks to be the future of that running back position in Tennessee, one way or another. They're gonna move to him sooner rather than later. So that's gonna be a big deal for them in the long run. Breaking news in the middle of my recording of this: Darius Leonard just got cut by the Colts. Whoa! He's a 4-time Pro Bowl linebacker, been very good. He's been injury prone like crazy. Maybe just trying to move off of that. I don't know, but Very good player now open for business. Pittsburgh, go get him. We need a linebacker. Go do it. That's crazy. I don't even know what to think. Well, yeah, that's absurd. Next, we go to the Denver Broncos in the AFC West. Javonte Williams, I mean, I always have hope for Javonte. He looked really good when he's healthy, and he's finally starting to pick back up. Had a little bit of a bump this week, but he'll be fine. I mean, overall, I think he's a really good player. Kansas City is going to be Sky Moore. He's just so gadgety. There's so many things you can do with a guy like him. I like him a lot. I think he'll be very good for this offense for a very long time. Vegas is going to be Robert Spillane. Now, Chris Collinsworth said that Antonio Pierce said in the game against whoever they played on primetime the other night, the Jets, who it was, that Antonio Pierce said Robert Spillane's the kind of player you want to build your team around, your defense around. That's a bit crazy. He's a really good player, but he's not that good. He's good. He's not great. He's good. That's it. Moving on from him, we'll go with the Chargers, and that's not the Chargers. That's the Chargers. Tuli Pelotu was a very solid pick out of the draft. Depth piece for sure for now, but can turn into a very good player. Joey Bosa is now out, so we're really going to get to see a lot of him through the last half of this year, and I'm excited to see what he can do. Looks like a very good pick for them so far. Dallas, I'm going to give it to Malik Hooker. Always a very solid player. Never gets a whole lot of credit. He's not a superstar, but he does his job, and he does it well. After him, New York Giants, I'm going to go with Tyrod Taylor. He may not be the most starstruck, guy, and may not be the most great thing ever, but when he's healthy, he's the best quarterback option they have when everybody's healthy. He's better than Daniel Jones. He's safer. He's going to win more games than him. He's just simply better. That is what it is. After that, we're going to Philly and taking a safety, Reed Blankenship. He's been very good this year, surprisingly. He's not a bad player. I don't know, he's just been really decent. Like, covered a lot of guys, done it well, not giving up a ton of plays deep down the field or anything. Just a very solid guy in the secondary for that Eagles team. Washington, I'm going to have to go with Sam Howell. This guy gets no credit for what he does. Puts this team on his back every single week, and he's just been really good this year. He's just a good player. I mean, yeah, his team stinks, but he's so good at being a quarterback. Chicago, there's not a whole lot of underrated here either. I mean, maybe Deontay Foreman is an option, but I didn't go that way. I'm going to go with a rookie because I like talking about rookies, and Noah Sewell is going to be that guy for me. Not played a lot, but when he has, he's done good things. When you play a lot, you have more opportunity to mess up. But when he's been in, he hasn't messed up too much. He's done good things. He's stopped some run plays. He's, covered some passes. He's done the things that he needs to do when he needs to do them. That's what it comes down to. After him, Detroit, another linebacker, Alex Anzalone, whatever his name is, been so good for that Detroit defense this year, and really just been one of the reasons why they've won a lot of games. Just made a lot of plays, broken up a lot of runs, done a lot of good things, and doesn't get recognized for it. Next, we go to Green Bay. That is going to be Zach Tom, a tackle, 75 offensive rating, and he's only allowed 1 sack. He's just been really good. He's clamped up a lot of very good edge rushers. And, that's all you can ask for a guy like him. This Green Bay Packers offensive line has been rough all season, but this is a good way to keep it going. After Zach Tom, Minnesota, I'm going to have to go with Cam Bynum. I've watched a few Vikings games in the last few weeks, and he's just been everywhere. He's done a lot of good things. I just think he's done a lot of really good things, and I like what I'm seeing from him overall. That secondary needs help, and, he's provided a bit of a spark for them in the late running of this season. So keep it up, Cam Bynum. Good job, him. And Atlanta, Jonnu Smith. He's a good player. Not a great player, but he's utilized correctly in Arthur Smith's scheme. He was in Tennessee, and he is again now. So, great for him. After him, Carolina, Chuba Hubbard. They signed Miles Sanders in the offseason, and Chuba's been their number 1 back. It's pretty sad for Miles Sanders. Shows you how much that Eagles line does for people. But Chuba is a good player and has had a lot of success this season, so I got to give it to him. Paulson Adebo is going to be the Saints player. He's been very good. Very, very, very good. And, I don't think he's getting enough credit at all. He just clamps up everybody week to week, and it just doesn't look like it's any different ever. He's a very good player, and I never hear him talked about anywhere, ever, but he's very good. Then Tampa Bay, it's going to be the right tackle Luke Goedeke for me. He's done a lot of good things and, stepped up in the absence of Donovan Smith having to come in and play, be a starter now. A very solid player. Like I said, he's not going to be a superstar. A lot of these guys aren't superstars, but they're very, very good. Arizona, James Conner, When he's on the field, they score touchdowns. Rushing, passing, receiving, doesn't matter. He does it all. He's just a very good player. The Rams, Kevin Dotson, he was a Steeler for a long time and got traded this offseason. And he's, been very good for them, been a starter, done a lot of good things, helped their line stay, at least formidable. So that's more than you can ask for from a lineman who you traded mid-round picks for. San Francisco is going to be Ayuk. Very good player, obviously, and a lot of people know him. He's not super underrated, but the problem is he's the best receiver they have. Debo's a better football player, but Ayuk is a better wide receiver. Just how you run routes, how you, catch balls out of the air. Debo, if he was not utilized the way he was, he probably wouldn't be all that great. And Seattle, I'm going to go with the rookie receiver here, Jake Bobo. Not Jackson Smith and Jigba. Jake Bobo, this is kind of a joke, but at the same time, every single time he gets on the field, he just makes a ridiculous catch or something stupid happens. He throws his body in the way for blocking. He's a football player, and he's good at it. Either way, let me know if I missed anybody on your team. Also, remember to subscribe. We're on the way to 1,000 subs, trying to get to 1,000 by the end of this calendar year, so I can give away another jersey at that time. Either way, thank you guys for watching. Peace.